Angeles,
Hi.
Other action figures each sold separately. From
Record the purr.
Jenny, get the door. It must be Cousin Willie. Okay. Hi. What's up?
Ah, there we go. Something chill to watch. The following video is rated R and is intended for an adult audience. So if you're under 18, take a fucking hike, eh? As this video may contain adult themes and situations, strong language and opinions, good and bad advice, cannabis cultivation and consumption. So as long as you're a responsible adult, kick back, spark one up, and enjoy the show.
And clean works.
Is that the mic? Oh my god. Hi everybody, I am sorry. I am having technical fucking difficulties here, it seems. It is what it is, man. I was trying to say I'm sorry for running late because everything wanted to update on my dang computer. And I was saying thank you to the MARSHYDRO sponsor because I got my buttons working. It was one of the things that wasn't working. Oh my, oh my, oh my. And why does it look so friggin' blown out in lighting? I'm not too sure why the lighting is so friggin' terrible. Focus on me, camera. No, the lighting is just fucking awful. I don't know what's happening. It's actually really, really dim in here. Yeah, knock everything over. Good job, good job. Yeah, the thing needs to adjust or something. There we go. There we go. Is that better? Are you better now? There we go. You see? It was frickin' all blown out, and the whitewash thing was frickin' weird. Man, problems today. Problems. Anyway, hi, everybody. We got it. We got it. Took a frickin' second. Happy Friday. This is what's growing on. As I was trying to say, if anybody follows me on Instagram, I've got some new toys that I'm very excited to hook up, but we need to make sure these things are done so we can cut them down and move on. How long are we into this already? 5 minutes. Okay, I need to wait 2 more minutes. It says that I'm supposed to wait 7 minutes before doing anything, swearing heavily or consuming cannabis, any of that kind of stuff. However, I don't know if anybody noticed this episode, but I'm not going to run my long 5-minute intro anymore. I'm going to run probably about 30 seconds at most of a waiting screen, and then I'm going to start up the show. So you kind of got to be on time. So don't forget to hit that bell for notification. Like the video while you're down there, but hit the bell for notification on all videos. That way, when I go live, you get notified. But that's the new plan, is I'm going to get rid of that 5-minute waiting period. I've just, honest to goodness, the reality is, as much as I think it's an important feature, it gives people time to get in here. The reality is, everybody that watches the video after the fact that isn't in on the live streams doesn't know why I have a 5-minute intro. They're like, why do you have a 5-minute intro? That is fucking ridiculous. And I'm like, it's a waiting room because it's a live stream. And they're like, well, edit it out of there or something. It's fucking awful. It's hard to skip ahead when you're when you're looking on your phone or your fucking TV or something. And fine. You guys win. I'll stop with the long intros. Anyway, I want to be done with this. I am so sick of this frickin' deep water culture. I got a good question for everybody that reads this or watches this after the fact, or anybody that's in chat. How the hell do you keep deep water culture in a small bucket cool? How do you do it? I have been completely unable to keep this dang buckets under 74 Fahrenheit. I just can't get it below there. I can get it below for a couple of hours, and then it spikes back up. I've had to change frozen water bottles twice a day to try and combat this fucking thing. The room sits at about 77 degrees, and that is 74 degrees. Like clockwork. I cannot get it down. It just keeps going friggin' back up. And frankly, I'm kind of sick of it. I don't have the money for a chiller. They're about between $300 and $500 plus for a good chiller. I'm looking for a used one. If I can find one, I'll dabble in this again. But for now, I'm going to be moving on to a much larger water reservoir, which I think will be much easier to keep water temperatures at a more lower level. Especially since I do allow this room to go into a dark stage at nighttime. So at nighttime when it's cold, this thing shuts down and the room drops temperature quite a bit. And that drops these buckets would drop, but as soon as the light goes back on for a couple hours and the room temperature goes back up, so does the frickin' buckets. And this has been my only savior right here. Some hygrozyme. This has been it. Some enzymes to keep the root rot at bay. That's the only thing that's been keeping it somewhat alive. I had a major pH fluctuation that burnt the crap out of the plant, made everything go super yellow. I had root rot in the beginning, and then I managed to cure it. I lost one plant completely to root rot and saved the other one, but then I had a big pH spike and it fucked everything up, and now it looks like shit. We're going to go in here and have a look at the close-ups. I've got my digital microscope here so we can get in there and use the screen, and we'll bring the camera in and we'll have some close-up views and see what we can see. But first, oh yeah, there we go, 9 minutes. We're well past it. It is frickin' dab time. Dab time? Motherfucking dab time.
It's dab time, motherfucking dab time, dab time, time to take a fucking dab break.
I got a new toy. Check it out. So this is my Puffco Proxy, and this is a adapter that allows my Puffco Proxy to go back on here. I know it sort of defeats the purpose almost, because you're buying something to be a smaller handheld thing, and then you're getting an adapter to stick it back onto a big dab rig. But I'll say this thing gives amazing dabs. It gives you that same temperature every time. I really like the dabs that I get with this. So let's have one on white, nice and hot. Let me know in chat what you guys are smoking on, if you're smoking along with me. The music looks high, too. Is the music a bit high on the levels? Looks a little high. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Could be just right. Could be a little... Oh, there we go. Cheers. Oh, that was really nice. That's some of that Freak Show mixture dipped in CBD. Oh, oh, that is some goodness right there. Okie dokie. Well, first, before we get into the close-ups, I want to talk about what's behind me a little bit here for a second. Flower myself. Hi from New Zealand. Hello, hello. So, I'll do a whole video about this. I thought about doing a live stream setup, which I do like doing, but I think I'm going to record something a little different for fun. But many of you know what this is. Many of you have seen other growers use this in the past. I'm technically late to the party. This company reached out to me about a year ago, and I just wasn't interested. I was just like, I kind of brushed them off. And then I started watching a couple videos. I watched Bill Ward do a video on this. I watched Cropper, West Coast Croppers has done some content about this, and I forget who else. There's at least one or two other people that I occasionally watch that had done some videos with this thing. And honest to goodness, it looks pretty friggin' cool. I really like this idea. And since I got these little MARSHYDRO buckets, I've struggled with them, but at the same time, the concept of it, and I really like the ability to very accurately measure and test my parameters. Whereas with soil, you can only test the water going in or coming out of it as a runoff. And in these setups, you kind of can't get runoff, so... you got to sort of test the water going in and cross your fingers and kind of hope that you're doing a good job. And honestly, they look pretty good. I think, you know, soil sells itself. Soil is very easy. It's very balanceable. You can fuck up a little bit and it's still okay. Whereas with hydro, you fuck up a little bit and you fuck up your plant. But the main struggle I had was water temperature. It wasn't chemistry. It wasn't keeping my pH in a balance, even though I did have one fuck up with that. All that stuff I can keep under control. I could not keep under control the temperature in these small buckets. So this system is an ebb and flow flood and drain system. It's got a smart computer thing down here, and there's a big reservoir right here that I'm going to put the reservoir in this tent. So it'll be shaded from the light. I'll have a fan up here blowing on it, keeping it as cool as I can, blowing right into the top of the water reservoir. If I have to, I'll throw big 2-liter bottles of frozen ice in here. Whatever I got to do to keep this thing frickin' cooler. Larger is easier, is more stable. There's less giant fluctuations with larger bodies of water. It's smaller fluctuations. It's easier to dial it in to, you know, a low 70s and keep it there than where it dips down into the mid 60s when it's cold and then jumps up to the mid 70s. Bill! Bill, I was just saying your name. Hey, buddy. How you doing, Bill? Look what I got, man. Woo, doggy. I know, I'm excited. I've been watching your videos, and I watched a couple other people's videos, and I'm excited for these. I think that this is going to be a little bit easier to balance than these small ones when it comes to temperature. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't keep up with the temperature. I could not do it, man. Get a chiller. I know. I put out the feelers. I'm looking for a used one first in my local buy and sell and stuff. And if I can't find one, well, I'll do it in the future. But they're like $500, man. That's an expensive thing to just jump on. Anyway, I'm going to use this tent as the water reserve. And yes, if I have to, I'm just going to cut a couple of holes right in the side of this tent I'll duct tape them up when I'm done. But for now, I'm going to cut some holes in there, and I'm going to run it down to the brain, which I'm going to put right here in this corner, and then I'm going to stagger the 5 or 6. It might be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know how I'm going to stagger them. However, the tubes will allow, really. And I'm going to try to stick all 6 of them if I can, but I have to put the brain right here so that the brain can feed directly into this. So the brain can be here, the water reservoir can be in here, and from that one corner, it'll feed the rest of the stuff. And I still have to have access to get in here. But so let's come on in here and have a look and see what's happening in here. Oh, okay. So, we got a couple of things going on in here. For starters, this thing is getting too heavy for its own britches. Look at this. I'm not even joking. Look. It's sagging. It's getting too heavy. It's funny. Hold on. Cables everywhere. Come on now. Come on, cables. There we go. Look at that lean. It's the leaning tower of Bud. It's fortunate that this one is doing what it is. It's being so sparse and airy and just so skinny and weird. Very sativa-like. It's very bizarre. I'm not really sure what's happening with this one. I actually was scared it was herming for a little bit, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything weird. And I'll tell you this, it fucking smells wonderful. If I touch it just a little bit like that, oh my God, it smells good. Oh. And then, yeah, so here, let's have a look. Let me show you what's going on here with this. It looks okay, considering, it doesn't look okay. It looks like shit. I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time justifying this one. But you look, right here. 75. Jesus, the light's not even on in here. How is it that hot? I put a fan on the cooler, or on the water, God damn it, the air pump. I put a fan on the air pump. I put the pump under something so that it was shaded. It wasn't getting light anymore because it was starting to warm up, and that cools it down. But 75, are you fucking kidding me? I can barely keep it lower than that. I put water in here and it just fucking melts and cracks the fucking ice block in like an hour, and then goes right back up to temperature. And then check this out. Because of the hygrozyme, the roots are, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this, but there's like a fog in there of root pulp. I need to technically change this water, but if I'm going to cut this shit down in the next day or two, I'm not going to bother changing the water. We're just going to frickin' chop it. So let's start with this thing right here, this weird little thing right here, and we'll see how close it's looking here. It's funny, I just got the deep water. Oh, Marge, I'm going to be watching you, man. I'm going to see if you can manage to keep that thing cool without running chillers or anything. That's the big problem I was facing, is without chillers, I don't think there's much I could do. Alrighty. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Okay, here, let's see if I can get it a little closer. It's a little overexposed. Hey, hold on. Let's see. I've had pretty good shots in the past. Yeah, it's not really doing it a whole bunch of justice, is it? So I'm seeing some amber trichomes for sure. There's definitely some ambers in there. Lots and lots of milky, some ambers. So here, let's move on into this. Oh, God damn it. I'm so wound up in cables. Pardon me. Ugh. Just never-ending cables. That's the problem with running a live stream, folks. You're tethered to gosh darn cables all the time. Oh, and I got one wrapped around a frickin' light. That's why I'm having problems. There we go. There we go. Get some lighting over here. And we'll see if we can't look at this thing here. Now, this one's looking really nice. It really stinks. It's got some really good dense buds. Like, I touched that and it's rock solid. And it smells, oh my God. Wow. Hold on, are you kidding me? Hold on, let me rub this a little more here. Whoa, that's really weird. It's got a stink to it. It has the smell I'm looking for, but it definitely has this, like, almost like a foot odor stink to it. I guess that's where the cheese comes in. It kind of smells like a fucking hockey locker or something. Anyway, let's see if we can't see anything here. Lots and lots of milky there. Yeah, I wish there was a way I could get this camera closer and better. Lots and lots of milky, lots of clear. I think this one could use another couple of days, maybe even a week still. And let's try to look over here. Oh, I see some amber. Lots of sort of clear ones, considering I just saw some amber. Lots of clear and milky. Not much amber, though. Oh, yeah, there's a little more. Well, I could cut them down pretty quick, you know? I'm kind of done with this grow. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of fucking done in here. It's the end of the month. The time is right. I kind of just want to cut all this shit down and be done with it. I've looked at this one this morning. It's mixed. There's some amber in it, but there's a lot of whatever, man. This looks like shit. It's not gonna get much better than than that, right? However, these could use a little bit longer. So, is what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut all this down this week sometime. By next week, I think I will have this room set up or being set up for the next run, man. I got that same scope by your recommendation. Hard to focus. Yeah, I love this thing. But you really got to do a lot of this. You got to, like, move it around a lot like this. But I love that. My eyes are getting shitty, and it really helps for me to be able to just look back at it from a distance and have a big magnified thing. I like it. It works dang well. So here, let's come in for some as glorious as we can glory shots on some of these buds here, because they are looking real nice. Come on, why are you not focusing? Camera. The camera does not want to focus. It's focusing on the plastic bag. There it goes. There it goes. I don't know why it does that sometimes, but we got some pretty chunky nugs, man. It, like, really, really, really stinks, too. Like, this room smells fucking, I think, amazing. I love this strain a lot. It's not the biggest yielder. You get really dense buds. I've gotten some pretty good yields off this in the past. Generally, when I'm not fucking around, though, when I'm fucking around, I'm obviously finding out and getting some weird things here. But I'm trying new things, right? And that's sort of why it's not growing super normally. I kind of tried an experiment here this time. And we got one really weird growing one and two sort of weird ones, but pretty close. They both smell pretty good. They both smell like the same. Let me smell it back one. Yeah, it's got that same... Both these middle ones have that same sort of fucking gym locker foot stink. It's hard to describe. It's cheese, man. It's got this weird stank to it. And this one's a lot sweeter. Oh, it does have that fucking stink, though. It does have it, though, for sure. It's not unpresent. But this poor thing is, like, having a hard time here with its weight. Yeah. Wubba wubba. Well, I wish this one wasn't so spindly, but I don't care because this is all good stuff and it smells wonderful and it's going to be good medicine, man. This is all good medicine, regardless. It's all probably going to get mushed together and blasted into one probably batch anyway. Oh, this is a CBD cheese from Coastal Mary. This is a 1-to-1 CBD THC strain. It runs around 10% of both. 10% CBD, 10% THC. It's not the highest THC, but it's not a trying to get you fucked up super diamonds kind of a strain. It's a smoke it all day long medicine kind of strain and not get totally fucked up. And it tastes amazing. I'm fucking in love with this strain. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. Anybody that wants to try it out, Coastal Mary Seeds, use my name as a code, Cannabeard25. That's 25% off. They got this. They got Mephisto. They got some Humboldt. They got a whole bunch of badass stuff. They're turning it into a legit bank. So go check them out. Much, much love. That's about it, though. I'm honestly going to probably cut these things down. Keep an eye on my Instagram. I'll post a picture of it when I do. But I'm going to probably just shut these things down here over the next couple of days and start cleaning this area out and start setting this all up and filming it, etc., etc. Yeah, it should be... It's going to be an interesting process. I'm very excited to see this new thing. Also, I'm trying cocoa for the very first time. And that's something that I've had a lot of people been asking me over the years to try cocoa. I've always been a soil, super soil, peat moss combination kind of a guy. I've tried a little bit of hydro and it gave me the bug. I'm interested. I'm definitely interested because of these. I'm very grateful for this experience because it's what made doing this is what made me decide that I wanted a better system on the same level, that I liked this kind of growing. I saw huge growth early on, and then I fucked up and had problems and so on and so on. But until I had some problems... Ow! Oh, I stood up into the bar. So, that's about all I got for you today, folks. Oh... So, please don't forget to hit that like button if you did like the stream, if you do like the show. Subscribe if you're not already. Make sure that you have all notifications turned on. YouTube loves to toggle some and all notifications or none, turning notifications off on people. They love to toggle that. So double check it if you're not getting notifications like you think you are or like you think you should. Thank you very much. Have yourself a good Friday. And I'll catch y'all at the very latest. I'll catch y'all on Sunday session. 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time this Sunday on YouTube and Twitch. And if you want to follow gaming content, follow me on Twitch. I do a little bit of growing content on Twitch, but it's mostly video games. And weed. I smoke weed while I'm playing the video games. But that's about it, folks. Have a good Friday. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.